Good morning, students. After a long break, welcome back to the biology class. We are continuing with our same chapter, Cell, a Unit of Life. In our previous chapters, we have discussed about the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. In eukaryotic, we have already discussed about the outer membranes, that is plasma membrane, cell wall and nucleus. And today we are going to discuss about cytoplasm and its organelles. So our today's topic is cytoplasm and its organelles. What is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is a ground substance. As you can see in this image, that blue color ground substance in which the organelles are being present, that fluid, that ground substance is known as cytoplasm. The substance of the cell between the nucleus and plasma membrane containing various organelles and inclusions is called cytoplasm. This is your plasma membrane, this is your nucleus. In between the ground substance which is being present, that is being known as your cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is semi-fluid, jelly-like material. It consists of an aqueous, transparent, structureless ground substance called cytoplasmic matrix or cytosol. Functions of cytoplasm. It is a seat of metabolic processes including biosynthesis of fatty acid, saccharides, nucleotides and proteins. Saccharides means sugar, carbohydrate. It is a storehouse for the raw material needed for metabolism in both cytoplasm and nucleus. Cytoplasm distributes the nutrients, metabolites and enzyme in the cell. Cytoplasm brings about the exchange of material between the cell organelle and extracellular fluid. So the function of cytoplasm, as we have discussed, cytoplasm is a ground substance present in between the nucleus and the plasma membrane, and in that ground substance we are having the sources of the food is there, that is in the form of the various raw material, that is in the form of nutrients by which all the metabolic processes are taking place, in which we can study about the biosynthesis of fatty acid, about the carbohydrates, nucleus and proteins. The next is the endomembrane system. As we have discussed that in the eukaryotic cell we are having a membrane bound organelle. Each of membranous organelle is distinct in term of its structure and function. They have their own function, they are having their special structure, and many of these are considered together as endomembrane system. Why? Because their functions are coordinated, means they can help each other, with the help of each other they can perform the functions. So that's why they come under one heading, that is endomembrane system. The endomembrane system include endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes and vacuole. So question is there in your NCERT, why mitochondria, why chloroplast? They are not the part of the endomembrane system. They are not the part of endomembrane system because their functions are not coordinated with endoplasmic reticulum, with Golgi apparatus, with the lysosomes and vacuole, and they are performing their own special and unique functions. They are not in the coordinated manner with these organelles. So that's why they are not under the heading of endomembrane system. So one by one we will discuss one organelle. The first is your endoplasmic reticulum. In this image you can see that we are having the two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is smooth and another is your rough. Smooth means on which you are not observing any of the beaded-like structure, that is without any beads, that is smooth. Whereas in rough you are having a bead-like structures, and these beads are ribosomes. And the shape of that particular is in this flattened like structure. This is known as a cystine, and we are having a vesicles that is in the form of that particular sac like structures. In between them you are having a space. This is a space, this is a space, or you can say the lumen is there, and because of this particular space or lumen, it is being divided into two compartments. This is outer and this is inner. This is outer, this is inner, and this particular lumen is being filled with the fluid. So endoplasmic reticulum is basically of two types, that is smooth and rough, depending upon the presence of the ribosomes. If the ribosomes are present, they are the rough endoplasmic reticulum. If they are absent, then that is smooth. So endoplasmic reticulum is network of tiny tubular structures scattered in the cytoplasm around the nucleus, as you have seen in the previous image. It has double membrane boundary, occur in the form of membranous sac, that is cisternae, vesicles and tubules. It divides the intracellular space into two distinct compartments, that is your luminal compartment inner to the endoplasmic reticulum, extraluminal that is outer to the endoplasmic reticulum, and lumen is filled with fluid and contains many enzymes and other proteins. So this is the structure of the endoplasmic reticulum. So in this you can see the images of the various morphological forms of the endoplasmic reticulum. If they are the flattened form, that is your cisternae. If they are in a sac-like structure, so that is your vesicles, and tube-like structure, that is, and they are being networked to each other, branched to each other, that is your tubule. So these are the three morphological forms in which the endoplasmic reticulum can be observed under the microscope. Types of endoplasmic reticulum depending on the presence of the ribosome. It is of two types, that is your rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Function of endoplasmic reticulum. This is common to both rough and smooth. Both serve as the channel for transport of protein, lipids and sterol means cholesterols from nucleus to the cytoplasm. They also provide some mechanical support to the cells, so that's why also known as the cytoskeleton of your cell, and that is also known as the framework of the cell. So rough endoplasmic reticulum, these appear rough under the microscope. Why? Because of the attachment of ribosomes over their cytoplasmic surface. So that's why the name is being given, that is your rough endoplasmic reticulum. It mainly consists of cisternae and few tubules, no vesicles are there. So its membrane is continuous with that of the nuclear membrane. SER, that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This is a short form of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Its membrane is continuous with SER, end of nuclear membrane. What is the function only of the rough endoplasmic reticulum? They offers a surface on which ribosomes carry the protein synthesis, because in a prokaryotic cell we have discussed the ribosomes are being known as that particular site where the protein synthesis takes place, and on the rough endoplasmic reticulum the ribosomes are being attached, so that is a surface or that is a site where the synthesis of the protein can take place. So this is about the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Next is your smooth endoplasmic reticulum. These appear smooth under the microscope because no ribosomes attached to it. They are without ribosomes, they are free of ribosomes. It mainly consists of tubules and vesicles, and they are not having the cisternae. Its membrane is continuous with the Golgi cisternae and the plasma membrane, whereas the rough endoplasmic reticulum is continuous with the SER and nuclear membrane. So the difference between smooth and the rough endoplasmic reticulum can also be there. Function is smooth endoplasmic reticulum provides surface for the synthesis of lipids and the sterols, and they brings detoxification. This is very important function of SER, that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. What is the meaning of detoxification? That it converts the harmful substances or material into harmless substances, and specifically in the liver. So this is about your endoplasmic reticulum, in which we discuss about the types of endoplasmic reticulum, about the functions of the endoplasmic reticulum. Next of endomembrane system organelle is the Golgi apparatus, and it is being also known as the Golgi complex, and it was first observed by the Camillo Golgi in 1898. That's why the name is given as the Golgi apparatus. They are densely stained reticular structure found near the nucleus. They consist of many flat disc-shaped sacs called cisternae. They are stacked parallel to one another in the concentric manner near the nucleus. They have distinct convex or cis face or forming face facing the nucleus, and a concave or trans or maturing face facing the outer surface of the cell. So in this image it becomes more clear about the structure of the Golgi body, Golgi apparatus or the Golgi complex. In this image you can see this is the nucleus. This is your Golgi body or the Golgi complex near to the nucleus, and that is in the form of a cystine, that is in the stack-like structure parallel to each other, and this is your cis face because it is towards the nucleus, and this is the trans face, maturing face, that is out to the, or you can say towards the cytoplasm. This is convex in nature, this is concave in nature. So this is the stack parallel concentric manner structure present near the nucleus. Function, very important functions. It packages the material for intracellular transport as well as for the secretion to the outside. Many proteins synthesized by ribosomes are modified in the cystine of the Golgi complex or apparatus. It is the site of formation of glycoproteins and the glycolipids. It forms the acrosomes of the sperm, that is known as the head of the sperm, that is the male gamete. It forms the primary lysosomes by budding. So that's why they are being connected to each other. Endoplasmic reticulum, they helps in the transport of the secretion packaging from the endoplasm to the Golgi apparatus and then to the outside. So that is interlinked, that is coordinated. And next they also helps in the synthesis of protein because of the ribosomes present on the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and they also helps in the formation of primary lysosomes, so that is being coordinated with each other, so they comes under the endomembrane system. Next, a small term is there, that is the dictosomes. This is also being known as a Golgi apparatus, but in plant cells. In plant cells, the Golgi complex is being known as the dictosomes because they exist in the form of unconnected units. They are not in a stack form, they are not arranged in a parallel manner, and they are found to be scattered irregularly in the cytoplasm. So they are being also be known as, they are not very well developed in the plant cell. This is also one of the major difference between animal and the plant cells. In animal cells, the Golgi apparatus, Golgi complex, they are well developed, whereas in case of the plant cells, they are not well developed and they are being known as the dictosomes. The function is they help to synthesize pectins and carbohydrates in the plant cell. So these are about your Golgi complex or the Golgi apparatus, and next we will discuss about So next lesson will be our endomembrane system, in which we will discuss about the lysosomes, about the vacuoles. So till then, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.